Hey everybody, how you doing this morning? Top of the morning to you from the Silvers Media. I want to tell you this, folks. Fear is a very detractor of all life. I want to talk to you a little bit about fear. Fear is a big problem in humanity. Fear is what holds people back from their true destiny. Fear is what keeps people from really blossoming or blooming into their full potential of what they really could become. Fear is what breaks down relationships. Fear is what causes people to lie or to have doubt. Fear is what cripples people, sometimes to the point of where they lose their sanity. Fear sometimes can be so debilitating with some people that they just stay in their house because they're too afraid to go outside, because they're too worried about what people will say about them, or because they may hear voices that aren't even there, or that are not even there, they're just manufactured in their mind. So they're so scared, so they'll protect themselves so much that they won't even go out to anything anymore. You know any people like that? But there are people that are really like that. Just doing regular things to some people is real scary because it's so stressful to them that they are not like us where they can do it. Just going to a place that's different and not going the normal direction or pattern is so scary to them. They only go certain places when they drive. If they go out of places that are not familiar to them, they won't go. Sort of like the fishbowl approach. They only stay in places where they feel familiar, that best suits them. Fear sometimes can cause people to lie about people, like I said a little bit ago, and cause people to break relationships, and cause people to embellish, or to overthink or dramatize things, to overprotect one's children, to smother their children. Fear can even cripple their marriages and can cause marriages to break down. Fear can cause people to lose everything, all perspective of their reality. Fear can cripple a nation and can cripple a planet. People rely on fear, and they'll have nothing but a breakdown of civilization, a breakdown of all modesty, a breakdown of all morals and integrity and good human character. We'll have chaos and disruption and total destruction of all things with fear. Are you a child of life that is in the light of Jesus Christ this morning? Or are you in the child that's of the grips of fear? Like, what are people saying about me? I'm paranoid. I hear voices sometimes that aren't even there, all because I wasn't taking my medication right. Or maybe it's because I didn't take it for a couple days. Or it's because I'm so scared and so wound up that I start hearing things that aren't even there. Sometimes I get delusional because I'm so afraid, because fear does that to people. And when I say I don't mean me. I'm talking about fear in general with most people. Fear is a struggle to do anything. Fear also is what keeps people from going further and doing more than what they actually can really do, but instead it keeps them from doing it. They rather settle for a low-paying job rather than having that career that they're able to do because of the education that they have. Because fear is what held them back. Maybe fear is what your brothers and sisters teased you growing up. Maybe fear is what your mother and dad did to you. Maybe they called you names when you were growing up, said you weren't worth anything. Maybe they said you were dumb, you were stupid. But that's all fear. Fear is all mostly chemically in the mind. Fear is what cripples all things. Fear is what causes people to die. Fear is what causes people to give up. You don't want to give up. If you are a child of God, you don't believe in fear, you have faith. Fear is the absence of all hope, where faith is the presence of all life and of all hope. Faith is what overcomes fear. Fear is what cripples and stops everything. Fear is what destroys you as a person, as a family, as a community, as a nation. as a planet. Don't give in to fear. Give in to faith. Give to faith. Stay in faith. Stay strong in the faith. Don't lose your way out of the light of Jesus Christ. For that's where all hope and understanding and wisdom, true wisdom, comes from God, but not from the world. Don't be a coward to fear, but be a person of life. Share this message. I love you. Take care. And remember, when we get out of fear, we can truly forgive people for what they've done. We can truly be agents of life. Instead of making excuses and telling lies, we can tell the truth and say what's really going on instead of making it sound like it's something else. Or putting our children and protecting them for no reason because of fear, mongering, or because of what cookie cutter learning we have out here. We think, well, we have to do that because it applies to all situations. No, it doesn't. Every situation is different. And when you're dealing with Christians, people that have repented, and they really are demonstrating that every day, I would think I would give that person a chance. But fear won't let you, because fear is telling you not to. Fear is telling you to just do what society dictates or wants, instead of you listening to what God says for you to do. Take care. This is Michael DeSilvis. Don't be a child of fear. Be a child of light and a child of life. Take care.